Anyways, yeah, thank you, Raheem Washwani, for requesting The Big Short. We're going to talk about it now. Who wants to talk about it?
Dude, Tanner, you got The Big Short, dude. You got it, bro.
So The Big Short is about the 2008 housing crash and resulting recession. Except it's about a bunch of dudes who figured out that was going to happen, and so they shorted the market, which is a crazy thing you don't usually do, at least with the housing market. And I was just trying to present sort of an overview of the housing crash and how it happened and why, but in like a Hollywood tight digestible package so that the average human being can actually understand what the fuck just ruined their lives forever.
And it also had Selena Gomez in it.
It did have Selena Gomez in it, who isn't relevant anymore, but she was at the time.
Yeah, back then, who boy. Were you guys ever into Selena Gomez?
What?
Were you guys super into Selena Gomez at all?
No.
She's got a bit too much of a baby face, which I feel like we've mentioned before. Anyways, what'd you guys think of The Big Short?
Dude, this movie was initially kind of weird, and I definitely wasn't feeling the quote-unquote main guy who we were getting a look at. He seemed like, seemed like a bit of a weirdo. I definitely didn't feel like I could vibe with him very well, especially over the course of like a 2-hour film. But it turns out he's not really in it very much, and I like that a lot better. Pretty quickly, I feel like the quirky nature of this film grew on me, where it was like, oh boy, you want to learn about fucking checks and balances? Check out this guy cooking some samba over here, okay? He'll tell you all about him while he makes some salsa for you. And I thought that was pretty fun. I feel like they were able to really explain these pretty, out there ideas in, really cohesive ways that just your layman can understand.
Jackson, what do you think?
I like this movie a lot more than I expected to. Like Nico said initially, I wasn't super into the vibe at the start of it, but I really got into it near the end. I was really fucking invested, to the point where I don't normally do this. When people are fucking around not really paying attention to the movie, and me calling you guys out on doing that. But yeah, I literally wanted to pay attention to the movie, to the point that I told you guys to shut the fuck up so I could pay attention to the movie, which really speaks a lot about how invested I was in it. I think they did a really good job of actually breaking down these pretty complex topics into a digestible way so that we could all understand what was going on. Obviously I don't really know anything about a lot of this stuff. I was pretty into financy kind of stuff for a little bit during college, which may have helped with this. But I was really into it overall. I thought the acting was really solid. I think the cinematography was entertaining and pretty fun. I liked the cutouts to the celebrities explaining topics in fun ways. It was really entertaining overall. I enjoyed it a lot. I honestly don't really have a lot of gripes about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree where it feels a tad weak in the beginning, where it's kind of finding its footing, and also, I guess, getting us, the audience, used to the style of the film, the way it's presented. I wonder if on a second watch through, if the beginning would feel a lot better now that I'm like, okay, I get how they're presenting it and the little quirks and whatnot. We have 3 main storylines here. We have the one with Dr. Burry is the weakest one by far. He's just too quirked up, He's just too much of a weirdo.
Dude, he played the drums, though. Did you see that? He played the drums.
Yeah. They should have... I don't know how they could have fixed it. Because, for all I know, this is, what he's actually like in real life. And so, well, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, they bring him in, and they're like, hey, so, we're making this movie. It's going to be about, you, okay? You're going to be the main character. We feel like it would be bring great perspective if we could, really sit down, interview you to find out, what you're all about. And she's like, well, I like playing the drums. I like listening to loud music. Okay, yeah. What else are you into?
Well, he's almost doing like a fucking Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With the way he speaks.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really see Burry as that much of a problem with this movie at all. I think he does a good job portraying who he's supposed to be portraying, some fucking guy with Asperger's who is kind of like a fucking quant. You just read a bunch of data, figure something out, and then have the balls to stick through it. I think it was cool. I like the scenes of him going to these different banks and calling them, knowing exactly what's going to happen and predicting it completely. I thought that was really cool and well done, and I think he does a good job just being some fucking weird autistic guy that made billions of dollars.
Dude, does he have autism?
Yeah, he has Asperger's.
He definitely has a touch of the tism.
What? Damn it, cut out everything we said negative about him before. We can't have that on here. Also, cut out all of our conversation about incest and... about incest and
also
eugenics.
cut out the bigotry tier list. I feel like...
let's maybe particularly cut out the part we talk about ableism and that. Let's leave out the rest, though. We can leave that in.
Let's scrap the episode.
Double the part we talk about... where we talk about transgender people. I feel like that's the part that will really get us a lot of clicks.
And then Mike Baum, the guy played by Steve Carell, that was obviously the standout storyline in this one. The third one was with Brad Pitt was like fine. It was just middle of the road for me. The bearded guy?
That was Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Nico, you knew this, but
no way, dude. No way that was Brad Pitt. There's no way.
Holy shit, it was fucking Brad Pitt. I had no idea.
That's fucking crazy.
You see, that's the great part. Brad Pitt can play good characters if they're like, hey, we're gonna give you a character and not just make you Brad Pitt fighting zombies in this movie.
I don't know how to segue, so are we ready for rankings?
Dude, they should have made him fight zombies in this movie.
Yeah. And then use the zombies as an analogy for fucking stocks or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, all that shit was really fucked up, by the way. I can't believe that the government would just let that kind of shit slide and not, like, make anyone go to jail after all that bullshit. Dude, fuck the banks. I feel like this film really properly blackpilled me, you know? Like, I was starting to get, like, pretty anti-government there for a while, but I feel like it's all just fruitless at this point. Fuck the U.S. government. And every other government, for that matter, except for Thailand. I feel like they kind of have their shit figured out.
Thailand's government is so fucked up. What are you talking about?
Maybe Singapore.
Singapore's also pretty fucked up. They're like a surveillance state.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like a cool one.
Not really. I think you get like jailed if you like throw gum on the ground or something.
Yeah, which is fucking base, dude. I bet they would absolutely execute people who like don't put their card away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think they have shopping carts, but
Dylan gave this movie a B+.
What? Dylan gave it a B+?
He did.
There's no fucking way.
He gave it
I think it's a good amount more than a B+. I would like to put this movie in S tier, but I don't think it deserves S tier for me.
Yeah.
I gave it an A+. It's right on the edge. I thought it was really entertaining, but I think there's definitely some stuff more they could have done with the cinematography. It kind of felt like I was watching an Office episode. And I feel like I wasn't super invested with like the two guys' story that were being helped by Brad Pitt. That was the weaker one for me, to be honest. But it wasn't that big of a deal. I still enjoyed the movie super thoroughly throughout the entire thing. But yeah, I'm gonna gatekeep it from S tier. At least.
There ain't no way that bearded guy was Brad Pitt. I'm gonna give it an A-, I think. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed this movie a fair bit.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Jackson. I'm very much like on the precipice of A+ to S-. I think I'm gonna go A+ on this one though.
Fair enough. And that puts us at an A overall.
Whoa.
Which is pretty respectable. That was a pretty good movie. I think that's one of our better Patreon picks, figuring most of the ones we get are complete hot garbage.
Looking at you, Lucas Ledette.
Son of a bitch. Why do we get your movies so fucking often?